What's going on, America? Kev from Kevin's Corner, where I try to make sense out of nonsense. And I wanted to address a couple of clips that was bothering me. In fact, I talked about them a couple of days ago during my live stream. But it is about two black Democrats who are making crazy comparisons to the illegal immigrants and the crackdown on these illegal immigrants to slavery. And I think that's very disrespectful and insulting to black folks and folks that were slaves. For you to take a example like slavery and try to use that to manipulate, most likely who they're targeting is black folks by saying, look, get on board with us disrespecting the history of slavery. Get on board with us disrespecting you as the black community as we bring in a lot of illegal immigrants into our country and shove them into your cities, and then demand that you support us because we are trying to tie this to slavery. So let's look at these two idiots try to make this comparison, and then we'll go from there. What's going on, America? Welcome to Kevin's Corner, where I try to make some sense out of nonsense. Before we get into this video, I need y'all to do me a favor. Hit that like button, share my videos. Please make sure you subscribe. Make sure your notification buttons are turned on to all. Subscribe to my alternative channel just in case YouTube give me the slip or something. You'll know how to find me. Don't forget to check me out with all the podcasts and follow me on Rumble in the Jungle. All the links are listed below. If you want to donate to my channel, feel free. Those links are below as well. Now, with no further ado,
welcome to my party. We're just getting started.
Don't have illegal aliens. I don't know if that's from some sort of sci-fi message that you wish you've had. Well, listen, the legal term for my people were slaves. You want me to use that term too? So look, let's just get the language right. We're talking about undocumented individuals that are human beings. The last thing that I'm going to do is accept the type of racist, nasty language to describe human beings.
Now, did you hear him? Disrespecting the history of slavery because he can't defend why he brought in all of these illegal immigrants from around the world, spent all of this money that could have been going to the black community, shoved a lot of these illegal immigrants into the black community, and now here he is trying to get black folks to get on board with supporting his radical agenda and protection of these illegal immigrants by comparing them to slavery, how the slaves were treated. There it is. And then he gets mad and says, you know what? Instead of me properly identifying these people as what they are, which are illegal immigrants, I'm going to label that as racist and then compare them being labeled as illegal immigrants to slaves. And that is designed to back you up off of me because I can't defend why I am protecting all of these illegal immigrants and will use your tax dollars to pay for it. But I can't just be out here, talking about illegal immigrants without the support of black folks and other minorities. So what I got to do is use an example that is disrespectful to black people and their intelligence. That's what I got to do. I got to try to say that talking about these people as illegal immigrants is offensive, it's racist, and it is no different than black folks back during slavery being called slaves. That's what I'm going to do. And I'm going to expect you black people to be dumb enough to say, oh, I got to support that because he brought up slavery and stuff like that. That's what I got to do. Now, why is he doing this? Why is he trying to bubble wrap these illegal immigrants by saying that if you refer to them as what they really are, you are racist? Well, that's exactly why he's doing it. I mean, who then would actually get in there and say, well, these illegal immigrants need to go? Well, only a racist would say something like that. And that's why he's using this. These are folks that are using the worst type of things that took place in history for their own political agenda. And he don't want people to look at these illegal immigrants as what they are, illegal immigrants. Because if you start seeing them like that, then you will start to question, why is it that you got a problem with deporting these people, considering off grip you're saying they're illegal immigrants? Yeah, why are you supporting it? So now what he wants to do is make everybody think that no, these people have dignity. They're the same as the slaves. And there's no difference between them. And that's why I'm not calling them illegal immigrants. I'm not calling them illegal immigrants because they're not. They're just like us. They're Americans. So why would I call them illegal immigrants? That's disrespectful, and it's no different than when, we were called slaves. So that's one example of a black Democrat who is more, committed to the Democrat agenda than black folks. And he's willing to use the black community's emotions, the black community's hypersensitivity to racism. As soon as you start bringing up slavery and racism, you get black folks' attention. You get them all into their emotions, and they might miss what you're really doing, which is trying to manipulate and use them to get on board with this agenda and then bubble wrap your crazy ideas and efforts to protect these illegal immigrants with throwing out racism and throwing out slavery. But he's not the only one. Here's another one.
I'm going to just call a thing a thing. Like, this administration is racist. That he has always been a racist, and that is what we are enduring in this country. Let me give you some facts behind this racism. And they get mad when I say the things that I say, but I will not stop speaking the truth. Number one, I said that what we were experiencing in this country felt like what I would imagine slave patrols to look like. And frankly, anybody that knows anything about slave patrols, this is exactly what it was like. We're talking about lawless people that are going around with no warrants or anything, and it's all about rounding people up and disappearing them. That is what's currently taking place.
So now, here's another one. Another black Democrat who is protecting the agenda of the Democrat Party by abusing the emotions, the ignorance of other black people, and scaring white folks who might disagree with their protection of the Democrat Party. But you're scaring them by saying, look, the administration, because they want to implement the law and they want to, deport these illegal immigrants. You will be supporting a racist, regime, a racist administration that their motive is to treat these people just like slaves. Yeah, that's what they're doing. They're not trying to get these people out the country because they're here illegally. No, they're trying to treat them just like slaves. And here she is with her raggedy historical reference, because she don't know nothing about history. If she did, she wouldn't have said that or made this comparison. But she's like, I imagine this is exactly what it would look like. So let me understand. It would look like the slave catchers are riding around on their horses or their wagons. They grab a whole bunch of slaves and say, listen here, you showed up at our shores by yourself, by your own choice, and you're trying to take advantage of all of the blessings we got going on here in America. And we don't like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to detain you, take you back down to the shore, put you on a boat, give you some money to go back to where you came from. That's what we're going to do. Because see, that's what we're doing right now. And yet you're trying to tell us that it's the same as slavery. It's the same as slavery. So as Trump, first of all, gives the warning to all these illegal immigrants before he got in. When I get in, you got to go back home. You can go back by choice, or we can send you back. And then sweeten the deal and told them, I'll give you $1,000 if you self-deport. Now, were the slave masters self-deporting these people? Was he saying, look, y'all can go back, we'll help you get home? Or were they snatching them, putting them into labor, whipping them, abusing them? Is Trump doing that? Or are we going around catching all these illegal immigrants, putting them on a plantation and whipping them, making examples out of them, ripping them to pieces that try to run away so the other slaves could say, well, I'm not going to try that. Are we doing that? Or are we simply saying, look, if you're here illegally, you got to go home? And her nasty tail is willing to go ahead and invoke slavery and try to make a comparison that if you are an intelligent person, all you got to do is say, well, that would mean that all of the slaves would have been returned to Africa. That would mean that those slaves didn't come here against their will. That would mean they came here, by choice, thinking that they could benefit off of the U.S. And all we wanted them to do is go back home. Yeah, that's what was going on during the days of slavery, because that's what Trump is doing. But yet, she thinks black people aren't intelligent enough to look at that and say, that sounds stupid. And it bothers me because, see, black Democrats care more about the Democrat Party and their agenda than they really do about black people, because these illegal immigrants impact black people more than any other group of people. Maybe they send them into Latino, communities, and it probably impacts them just as well. But rest assured, they're being sent into minority communities, and definitely not their own communities. Definitely not the middle class, upper, rich, white liberal who gets out there talking about, yes, we have to fight for them. They deserve to be here for a better life. As they make life more difficult for the people that they're getting shoved into their community. But you think these people who always tell us how much they love black people and they're fighting for black people, you think they care? No, they care more about the Democrat Party than us. And then they use such a disrespectful analogy and example to push their raggedy Democrat agenda. But I'm here to expose it. God bless you. God bless America. We'll see you next time. Kevin's Corner. Take care.